but they will need a new stop tap at some point that is working. But for now, we'll shut it off from out here. Shutting off easy enough. Pop that down for now, because otherwise we'll probably end up with some kid falling down it or something. If you can make that out, just bunged up with iron oxide and crap from over the years. But yeah, it's just really slow. Hardy back on the floor. What are they having big tiles on the floor? 600. What we're going to do first of all is try and get this out, put the silicone around here, get this panel out. It just makes fitting it a whole lot easier. As you can see, the two prongs sit on the bottom of the worktop and it gives you perfectly the height, which is always nice, you know, when you can, as you're pushing it in, you can feel it actually biting into the pan. We're back on track now with this bathroom, thank God. There was a few stressful days. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. This week's video, what have we got? We've got progress at the bathroom renovation. The tilers are now in, tiling that. When I'm recording this intro, I'm a lot further on with the bathroom, but what you're going to see in this video is the tilers there, beginning to get the floor down, beginning to get some tiles on the walls and just progressing with that. We've also got the bricky there, sorting out some bricks on the externals of that house where the old sort of stack and that used to go in. So we've got that. What else have we got? We've got a pump change on a heating system because the system wasn't circulating the heat that well around the rads and that. Even after balancing it down, it was just not great. So we put it down to the pump. The pump was red hot, burnt out, so we swapped that. All is good there. And what else have we got? A concealed cistern change. Concealed cisterns can be a right pain in the arse to change. This one goes all right, but we do have a bit of an issue with the stop tap on this property, so we have to shut the water off to alter a pipework a different way. So yeah, take a look at that. Also, I just want to do a quick shout out to my channel sponsor, Unilight. As you know, Unilight have got on board with the channel and they are sponsoring me, and in return they're giving you lot as subscribers 25% off anything you order from Unilight, wherever you are in the world. It's a code that works worldwide. So I'll put a link in the description below. I'll probably put it here as well. Use the code MJTIF at checkout and you'll get 25% off all of Unilight products. And also they've given me an extra special code with 30% off for anyone that is a channel member. You don't have to be a channel member. Some people have, and I really appreciate it. Thank you to those people who are. It's a little join button in the main page, or I think it comes out underneath the videos as well. And it's just like buy me a coffee to say thank you for the content that I put out. But Unilight have given me a special code for that, which I will add onto the members side of things. So all you members will get the special code that will give you 30% off whatever you use at Unilight. So one order from Unilight will save what it's costing you to be a member of the channel, if that makes sense. And as you may have noticed, we've got a new product here. It's a little inspection light. It's a wireless one, proper powerful. You've got that one in the top, and then 3 settings for that one there. If I can turn it off. Magnetic. It's wireless charging, this one, so if you've got the Unilight wireless charging docking thing, it'll work with that. But yeah, it can go like that. It's got a little bendy things on it. So yeah, that's brand new out. WCIL11. But again, drop onto their website. All the descriptions are below. That's enough for that. Me flogging their wares. During this video, I'll get back to you halfway through and let you know about an event that is happening next week. A lot of you will be going, a lot of you will be attending, and it's Installer Show. So keep an eye out for that. Right, let's get on with the video. Right, back on the bathroom. Tylers are here today. Let's go and see what they're up to.
Morning, Mark.
Morning.
How you doing? All right?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. We have some tilers.
We have indeed, yes. It's all it's going to change this week.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's dried well.
How is it?
Yeah.
Good.
It's dried well. We'll still a coffee for them. Do you want a coffee as well, Mark?
Oh, I'd love one, mate, please. Morning, boys.
Morning, mate. All right.
Yeah, man. You?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dried well, isn't it? Right, so I've climbed up into this customer's roof because the heating system just isn't getting hot. There's various things. Some of the rads get warm, some of them don't. You try to balance it out. I've tried to balance it out a few times. It's just no good. So I've put it down to this pump we're going to swap out because it is just red hot to touch and it's just not pumping the heat around the system. So I've picked up this Stuart Turner pump to swap out for this Grundfos one. Fairly easy, just shut off them 2 valves either side, shut that off, turn the power off, disconnect it here, switch it over for the new one, and hopefully the heating system should circulate a lot better. So we'll shut these 2 valves off. If you haven't got one of these, they're a handy little bit of kit. Just hang on your keyring. Plumbchum, I'll put a link in the description. It's just got loads of different fittings and able to do plenty of stuff. Got like a slotted screwdriver, rad key, gas box key. But yeah, it's got this down the middle, and it's just handy for things like this. Just turning things like pump valves off. Like so. Then we'll disconnect the 2 nuts either side, drop that pump off, put the other one on, and then we can reconnect the power up to it. And it's as simple as that. It's fairly straightforward. Make sure the 2 washers go in and sit nice and flush, and just tighten them up. And then we've got easy access there to connecting it up. So we'll whip the cable out of this one and get it switched over to that one. Right, that's that wired up. We'll just put the cover back on it now. That's it all connected up. It's all back in position. Let's open up the valves, let the water back through, and then we can go and turn the heating back on and see how we get on with this one. Okay, there we go. That's that pump in it. To be fair, these Stuart Turner ones are pretty good, but they don't have the layout. You know, the layout on the new Grundfos ones is like the digital sort of style, but it's a lot cheaper. It's about 50 quid cheaper than what the Grundfos one is. And what I always do is put the date the pump was changed and leave the box there as well. But this, you can cycle this one through. I think blue is the slowest, green is middle, and you see yellow is fast. So we'll leave it at that, but it's now displacing the heat around the system, and everything is getting nice and warm now, whereas before flow was getting hot but return was getting cold, or staying cold, should we say. But yeah, it's all working a treat now. This was out of the old pump, if you can make that out. It's all just bunged up with iron oxide and crap from over the years, but yeah, it's just really slow, so that one's working a treat now. Right, we popped in this morning to see the tilers, but they weren't, they had the Monday morning blues. So now it's Monday afternoon. Let's see if they got the Monday afternoon blues. Hello! Hello! Hello!
Hang on, I need to shut the
Oh,
door.
Hardy back is going down.
I know what it is.
Let me jump in.
I know what it
Can I
is.
stand on that?
Yeah, go on.
I'm in. I'm in with the boys.
Tell you what it is, it'll be a lump of shit.
Look at this, got a wall on already. Hardy back on the floor. What are they having big tiles on the floor? Same as
600. 600.
skip rats have been in. They've been in there. There was a big bath in there. I've took that out. Took the cast out. Took that out. We've got the hardy backer down. What are you doing now? It's working out as where the floor's going to go.
Yeah, just going to work this out, try and get it as near as down as a full tile from there. Nearly works a full tile to the back, bit of a cut off, just to allow for any outward misshape.
Perfect. Progress is being made. That's what we like to see.
Yeah. Sticky as.
Don't worry
Balls
about
down.
it. It's got to be light.
Prime them. Always prime these hardy backer boards because they're tourists.
Ah, look.
And if you don't, they won't stick. So,
If you don't, you're in the shit.
yeah.
So got the tiling going on up there, which is spot on, and then outside here we've got Charlie.
Oh no, don't take
We've got Charlie chopping out the bricks because see, like where the old waste was, we had them waste there, they'll come out. Basin was there, and then if you remember the cast iron sauce that was there, so Charlie's chopping them out. We've got a little stack of bricks here. Solid bricks these, Charlie, aren't they?
Solid 9-inch, worst nightmare to get out.
So yeah, chop them out, replace them, and just finishes that wall nice and neat. Sorted, as you were. So yeah, we're back on track now with this bathroom, thank God. There was a few stressful days. Nathan and Matty, the tilers, turned up this morning. It's Monday today, Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday, the lads will be grouting. Possibly tomorrow, depending on how they get on. They should crash that flooring today, to be fair. Charlie's getting the bricks done, as we said. So hopefully, Wednesday or Thursday, I can get back and begin fitting the freestanding bath, the freestanding taps, and start getting everything back in. Right, as I said at the start of this video, installer show news. So this will be going out Sunday. In 2 days' time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is installer show in the UK, in Birmingham. It's basically a big trade event where installers come, heating companies come, loads of different companies come, tool companies, and this show, Snug Underfloor Heating, are coming. As you'll have seen from previous videos, I have fitted Snug Underfloor Heating systems in the barn renovation. So they asked me to jump on with them on the Wednesday of installer show. So if you're there, come and say hello. I'll be on the Snug stand on Wednesday. I will be doing live things on my Instagram during the day. So if you're around and about, I might even get you on my Instagram. I will be filming a lot of the installer show just to put out as a video for people that A, can't go, B, might be interested in going and has never been. But yeah, on the Wednesday, I'm with Snug Underfloor Heating. They'll be doing demos. If you bring a plan of an underfloor heating system that you're looking at doing, they've got people there. They'll give you 5% off that whole thing, give you a free t-shirt. So yeah, so I'll be filming a little bit of that, so keep your eye out for that in the next coming weeks or so, or I might try and upload it for next Sunday. We'll see how we get on with it. But yeah, no, right, let's crack on with the video. So today's little job is this issue with this cistern. Now, I came out the other day and looked at it. This hose wasn't attached, so what I've managed to do is attach that back in, and then with these air buttons you can test them by blowing and replicating the button by blowing into that. But basically that's knackered inside there, that's not lifting, so in turn obviously it's not flushing. And I just thought by the time we've got that out to try and replace that, you could be kicking a can of worms. So what I recommended to them was to fit a new concealed cistern. This is the Roper Rhodes one. I fitted a few of these, they're really good. So what we're going to do first of all is try and get this out, cut the silicone around here, get this panel out. It just makes fitting it a whole lot easier. Hopefully that will come out without having to disturb the toilet. There's a few screws in the back, we'll get them out, and then hopefully that will lift out. But we could be in with some fun and games with this. Concealed cisterns, they look great when you fit them, as long as you've got enough room to sort them out when they go wrong. So we'll start by cutting this silicone around this pan, hopefully, so that backboard can come off. 9 times out of 10 they do, and then we can just reseal it up afterwards. Down here. Then we'll get the screws out at the back of there and see if it'll lift out. So that's all the screws out. Look, hopefully we'll have enough, yes, to lift this forward. Oh, perfect. So that has just saved, hopefully, a lot of hassle. What we can do now is isolate that there. I will have to, because that one is, I think the inlet's on the bottom left, so we're going to have to come off there and into the inlet that side. But we'll get this out now, isolate the water, get this out. That's got a load of putty around it. And start looking at getting the next one in. So that's it, that's the cistern out. We'll have to have the water off. I'll have to put an elbow across, as I said, and go to there. So we'll get the brackets off now. Then we can offer this one into place, get the bracket fitted on the back and hook the cistern on the back and then work back from there. So what I like with these cisterns is this bracket. It fits in, clips in just like that, but it has these little prongs on the top and they basically push against the bottom of the worktop, and that sort of governs how much room that you've got to work with this lid coming off. So the bottom of your worktop is going to be about there, but they sort of give you a little bit of a guide. If I can clip it on, they give you a little bit of a guide for the height you've got to hang it, which is quite handy. So with that bracket sitting in the centre there, as you can see, the two prongs sit on the bottom of the worktop, and it gives you perfectly the height to put the cistern in. So we'll get this fixed to the wall and we can work back from that. So that's the cistern into position. It's quite tight here, but you are governed by that top bit. It's quite tight for getting this flush pipe in. So we're going to have to measure that and make sure it's got enough form. It doesn't really need a lot because obviously the force of the water from there is going to push through, but yeah, it doesn't look a lot at all. But you're governed by the units as it is. So we'll offer this into place now, get this trimmed up and get it in. So the way I do it, I always go in at the side and then offer that edge, if you can see, so that is flush where the bottom of the outlet is, and then look along the top where that is going to sit roughly around there. So I'll measure the depth of where the flush cone goes in, mark it on the side of the pan, and then we can cut that to suit. So that little mark is the depth that it's going to sit. So again, we'll offer that up to there, and then I'll mark the flush pipe and get it trimmed to where that mark is there. So that's the flush pipe trimmed to length. So we'll push it into where the flush cone goes, like so, and then just offer it into the bottom of the cistern. And there we go. So we've just got enough on that for it to feed into there. So that's perfect. So we'll get the fitting on there, as it says on here, make sure the washer's on, and then the flush cone is in this bag here. So we'll get that connected in the back. Hopefully, we haven't got there's been a bit of putty around that one, but hopefully with the flush cone, 9 times out of 10, flush cones are alright. As long as you fit them in properly and test them, I should be fine. So we'll get that on. Yeah, that feels like it's pushing in quite well actually, which is always nice, you know, when you can, as you're pushing it in, you can feel it actually biting into the pan. And then again, we're just tightening it up here. Yeah, that feels pretty solid. Yeah, that'd be good. So that's that, yeah. Right, we'll go and whip the water off and we'll connect onto that side there. I've just gone to turn the water off in this property and the stop tap is seized absolutely solid. So I've had to come outside, dig out the main stop tap coming into the building, and we'll shut it off from here. But I will advise the customer at some stage, it's behind the kitchen unit, so we will have to cut a bit of the unit out, but they will need a new stop tap at some point that is working. But for now, don't know if you can make that out down there, but we'll shut it off from out here. Shutting off easy enough, which is always good. Whenever it's got all this dirt and that, even though it's a pain in the ass to get out, it always seems to protect the stop tap and stop it from seizing up. So that's shut off. We'll just leave that there and pop that down for now, because otherwise we'll probably end up with some kid falling down it or something. There we go, water's off. So that's the water off. I've got this drain down. What I'm going to do is cut this pipe here, put an elbow on there, come across, put a new isolation valve on there, and then into that flexi, and then we can get the water back on. So we're probably going to get some people say about using a speed fit fitting on grey pipe. I've never ever had an issue. As long as you put the inserts in, you're absolutely fine. And lock, especially these ones, just lock them off. It's not a problem at all. Right, so that's it, piped up. Let's go down now and turn the water back on in the street. Make sure the tap's off. We'll go out. I've lost the handle to this, so I have to use a screwdriver. But see if we can get. I think that's it. That's back on. There we go. Sorted. Just quickly go and double check that the water's come through and haven't got an issue. So that's all good. As I said, always pop that mud back in there because it just keeps the stop tap from seizing up. Then in the top of these cisterns, before we test it, always remember to remove that seal. It's just like holds it in place when it's in transit, I think. But if you don't do that, it won't allow the plunger to move up. And what I'll do, I'll just connect onto here, obviously the blue hose, and just temporarily put the push button on so that we can flush it in situ and test it before fitting it completely. So that's the button connected up, and then just on the back of that marry it up to the same one, so obviously blue on the bottom and the clear on the top. I say I'm just putting this in now just so we can get the water on and get it tested. So we can leave that out, to be fair, leave that there. Hoses are on. And just make sure to test, just to check everywhere is nice and tight. Pre-flush. So what I always do as it's filling up, just hold it open so you're not emptying the whole lot down in one single go. Yeah, that seems pretty good, to be fair. And then the push button on this one, I think, is the same size, hopefully. Yeah, it looks it. So it should fit perfectly. In there, we may have to just tweak a bit of the lid for it to work. We'll have a look. So that's 2 or 3 flushes now, and I know everywhere is bone dry. The bone dry in the back of there. Perfect, and we know that's tight, so I'm happy with that. We can now get this front panel back on and we can look at sorting out that button. In fact, I'm going to try the button first, I think. So as this button is just really tight to go through there, I'm just going to drill this hole out a little bit more so that it slides in a lot better. Let's put that cover on there, stop any crap going into the cistern, and just to be mindful that we could catch the side of that, but I think we're going to have to tweak that or remove that, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's get this hole drilled out. It's literally just that to take the edge off it. There you go, to allow that button to go in. But the second issue we've got now is it's catching that. I could cut a little bit out of that, but I'm just wary of hitting that because it's not doing anything. All it is for those to go in, really, to be honest. Let's just see. Let's see if we can just trim a little bit out of that. Let's just mark round it. We're not going to lose anything by giving it a go. I'm just wary of these connections here. If it's going to be like that, it's going to come down sort of here. Right, let's see if it works first. And then if it does, we can just neaten it up a little bit. Yeah, that's going to work a treat. Little tweak to that unit, hoses on. Perfect. So we'll get this panel in now. I always leave these as they are, works on air, so it doesn't matter how long they are or short they are, but that just gives you a little bit of scope if ever you needed to move them. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get this front panel on now, get the top on and get it tidied up. Then just to finish it off, we'll just reseal across the top of here where we just cut that backboard off where the panel is. There we go. One concealed cistern completely replaced.
Yo, yo, yo.
How are we doing?
Alrighty.
Charlie's done alright with the brickwork. Oh, what a shot. What a shot of the Tyler grafting.
Mitre.
How are we doing, mate? All good? Get in there.
Get in there, get in there.
Oh, got biscuits out. Got all of my Kongs when I'm here.
Well done.
Yeah, mate. Alright. It's looking good. It's looking lovely. Like it.
Nearly there, nearly there. Yeah. Got a mitre on it, yeah, got a mitre these little buggers.
Little freestanding bath there, taps there, basin there, bog there, tile box in it looks spot on, and an old style tower area. Then I think they're going to have something built in this corner at some point. Spot on. Right, hope you enjoyed that. As I said earlier in the video, if you're going to install a show, come and give me a shout. If not, I'll film it and show you exactly what's going on at Installer Show, and I will catch you in the next one.